All right, welcome back, Juanitosville. We're in the studio again, and I think this time, this is what I drew. I was thinking about making like a Van Halen style two-finger ring. So two-finger rings are something that I have made in the past, and they're pretty popular. I've made myself a two-finger ring and a three-finger ring. The two fingers or three fingers, they are like, people always comment on them and they like, oh, I love your ring, let me see that, and they want one. And I know they're popular, and I know that you could sell them. So, and making two finger rings can be difficult because traditionally you have to make each ring match the finger size of the person. So it has to be made specifically for that person. Sometimes people's middle fingers are a lot thicker than their ring finger. So I've devised a way to make two finger rings that are a little bit adjustable, that anybody can wear. If you buy it, it doesn't fit right, you can just squeeze on a little bit and it'll make it just so that it fits. So we're going to do the ring shank in 20 gauge. I think I've done them in 24 gauge before too, but 20 gauge is still strong but also still bendable, but not too pliable, so it doesn't like get disfigured, whatever you call it. Yeah, dude. So you guys are gonna see how we're gonna do this. I'm gonna start with this. It's gonna look kind of like an oval with some Van Halen lines. Like, remember from Eddie Van Halen's 1984 guitar, that red and white one? That would be rad. And I might be making this for a rock star friend of mine. So, and it has to be just so something that's not going to interfere with her performance. So maybe not, but I'm going to think about this person, my friend, as I'm making this, and hopefully the energy goes right so that it's something that she can wear. So yeah, so this is the beginning, guys. Thanks for joining us, and stick around to the end, because you know the music video at the end is going to be marvelous, as per usual, because that's what we do around here, friends. All right, let's get to work. Okay, I scored a line right here, and this line for the ring shank is going to be 7 millimeters. 7 millimeters at its widest point. So we're just going to saw this off, and I might flatten this right here. Maybe, I don't know. We kind of just go as we go, friends. That's what we're going to do. So I cut the very, very tip of it off right there. So we could utilize as much as we possibly can, if it's possible. So I'm kind of visualizing maybe a possibility of having that corner cut and then having this corner cut. So you know what I'm saying, right? So it's just the opposites. And then we'll get that extra length. Because I don't know how big of a two-finger ring for my fingers are super fat, so it's a bad judgment on my fingers. I think this is the way I'm gonna go. I like this look better than that look. I try to use my spit and clean it off, but it was on there pretty thick. So I just flipped it over, and yeah, I think we're gonna go with this one, dudes. Should be comfortable, and that's what you're always looking for. Comfortable and durable. Man, you guys hear that wind out there? The winter just won't leave. It's supposed to snow tonight here in western Colorado. I'm tired of the winter, man. But, you know, we're never satisfied. In 2 months, we're going to be complaining about how hot it is. And alrighty, friends, we are here. I got this kind of to pass a little bit of the eyeball test. I'm kind of feeling that, you know? Kind of thinking about probably we should boom this bad boy. This is a rock star piece, man. Let's do a boom like that. Bam, friends. Yeah, let's do a boom on the outside. Let's do a boom on the outside. Let's start a little bit down, knowing that this top part's going to bend in a little bit. Never have done this before, guys, so this is an experiment. 925, so it's not, they know it's not phony baloney. Bam, friends. Rockstar jewelry. So I was thinking about design for the side of it, and I was thinking about doing a little stamp right there. Would that be a cool element? Although there's not one on this side because the boom's there, but I think that's fine. I ain't here to play, friends. We're here to make our dreams come true. Let's go. Let's clean it up and see what it looks like. Okay, cool. So I kind of got it worked on a little bit. What I'm thinking about is right in this area right here, what would be a good thing to do right there? And I thought, well, since the top is Van Halen style, let's do the bottom of the ring Van Halen style. Do I want to plan it? Sometimes if I plan stuff, it works out better. Not just X's, it has to be more random. Like start in the middle there. And gosh, geez. Let's start over. Okay, think Van Halen. Okay, let's go. Dude, I stink at Van Halen. I need Scott Holden. Man, my buddy Scott Holden, man, he knows, he loves Van Halen. He knows how to do these lines. Scotty! Okay. Channel Scott Holden. Is that kind of good, Scott? Maybe one. He says, Scott said one more right here. Bam. I guess. I don't know, dudes. Seems like maybe a straight one right here. I don't know. Dude, I need to think. All right, guys, this is what I determined. This is how we do. This is sorry. Blam. Line. So this is a tool that I made out of a piece of scrap on my my stone wheel. It's actually at my dad's house. He has a bigger stone wheel than I do, but this is just a piece of scrap, and I sharpened it, and then I always use it just like this to make longer lines than what my stamp will do, because I have this stamp and it's kind of short, and if I want a long line, so I could roll the line. And this is where I do my curves too, guys. I do curves with this tool as well. And I just roll it to get the line that I want. It's hard to tell with the drawing lines in there, but hopefully so I'm gonna clean this off, take a gander, and we'll see where we're at. It's always a good idea to be aware of the fact that when you stamp, you're gonna disfigure the ends, the edges here. Some of these edges may get a little warped because the stamping is pushing the metal out. So you're gonna have to put a little time afterwards just to get everything back to where you want it. Usually with the filing, some filing or emery board if you have like one of those sandpaper board things. But yeah, we're gonna clean this up. Got the Van Halen lines in the back. We're gonna do the Van Halen 2-finger ring, kids. Oh! All right, Juanitosville, can you guys see that? That's the guitar. So it does have some small little stripes, rammed in stripes in there. Some thick ones, some thinner ones. So I'm gonna use my little stamp to try to do some little ones. And I hope I don't screw it up. All right, a little bit more stamping. And dude, I think that looks... Can you guys see that? That looks pretty Eddie Van Halen-ishy. Blam, kids, we're gonna keep working. Oh, this is gonna be cool. All right, I fiddled with the idea of different shapes. An oval was one idea that I had initially, and I thought maybe the shape of a guitar would be cool, but nah. I decided to go with this kind of shape. I don't know what you call that. All right, so I used my what would a smart person do technique, and I did a square perfectly perpendicular right here, and then a nice angle right there. And I think we're gonna have something that we can be, it's not gonna be all wonky. It's gonna be, ooh, yeah, buddy. Using our brains, really? We're really gonna use our brains. Beep. Okay, okay. Calm down. Here we go. Get back in the groove. Get into the groove, boy. Okay, I can tell this saw blade is on his last legs, friends. So we're gonna sure up those angles, and that's gonna be the angle of our 2-finger ring piece for our Rockstar piece. Clean it up. All right, Juanitosville, we are here, and this is where we're at, guys. We have the band, which I annealed. That's why it's all dark colored. Annealed because we're eventually going to want to bend it to go to this. So this is the piece. I boomed the back. This is the front piece. You know, you guys get the point that I'm talking about, right? We're just going to put some long ones, some skinny ones, and then whoop. So that's where we're at now. I'm gonna take a little bit of a break because I have to hang out with my supermodel friends for a little while, or else if I don't, then they start, you know, getting lonely, and you know how all that goes. So I gotta go do the deed. Not that I want to, I have to. But I'll be back. I cannot wait. I'll be thinking about you guys the whole time. Right on, Juanitosville. We are back. I'm back from hanging out with my supermodel friends. They were boring, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get back to my real friends. And Juanitosville. So I was thinking about overlapping these Van Halen lines. I think that I should cut them and make them all like the same plane, but fit like a puzzle. So like this angle right here, guys, how I cut it kind of at an angle like that, so that it would fit, it would go right there, right guys? A mark right here and a mark right here. And I would cut that out, and then I'd set the two pieces so they recessed into the piece. So that's what I'm gonna do, guys. I'm gonna spend a little bit of time cutting and getting these to fit like a puzzle. I got some other pieces here that I can get some really cool Van Halen lines going. I don't know, maybe what I should do is put solder on the back sides of these while they're still big. So hell yeah, might as well jump. Oh, okay, I'm done. Come on, Juanitosville, you know I can't let you go out like that. So I put flux on my Q-tip, and I rubbed flux on all the pieces, and I did that without you guys watching, but you guys, if you've seen my other videos, you guys have seen me do that before. So what we're gonna do, guys, is really start putting some solder on these strips. Manifesting your destiny. Are you guys into that kind of stuff? You can manifest your reality through your thoughts. That's what sometimes I talk about, like whenever I joke around how I'm not very bright or whatever. I need to be careful with that, because even though I'm joking, like, your subconscious has no sense of humor. So when you tell yourself that you're great, or you tell yourself that you're stupid, your subconscious starts to create that reality, starts to manifest that reality. So it's probably in your best interest to like pretend like you're great, because then your subconscious will be like, will put you in positions to be great, or make you perform great in situations. If that makes any kind of sense at all. Let's go a little higher heat, friends. We ain't got all day. Cool as a pull, keeping it true, baby. Let's roll. All right, guys, so we got, I know that was long, sorry. As I had mentioned before, I don't know if I actually mentioned it on camera or if I was just talking to myself. Sometimes it blurs. But wearing these rings, like when I wear these rings, these 2-finger rings, they're so popular. People love them. I don't know if they're just kind of like unusual. And so people really like the fact that they're unusual, and they're big enough, they really catch good light. But I get a lot of comments on them, and I think that if Juanitosville out there can learn how to make these 2-finger rings in a easy way that is, it translates well to different ring sizes, finger sizes, where you don't have to be specific in the size of the ring. And you'll see how when I do the shank, how I do it. Makes them fun to make and very flexible, actually, for your clientele. So right here, guys, I'm gonna start with these 3 pieces. I put solder on the back ends, as you guys know, and we're gonna put some heat on these bad boys, and we're gonna get these down. And once I get these ones down, then I can start adding the other ones. But we're gonna start here, so we're gonna work in stages. I could theoretically put them all in and then solder them all at the same time, but man, it's to get them to fit just like you want them. And then I don't know, this is just the way I'm gonna do it. Maybe there's a different way to do it, but this is the way I'm gonna do it. Save myself a little bit of a heartache too. Oh man, jewelry hurts my feelings sometimes, friends. I'm sure you guys can relate out there. Jewelry is a fickle lover. Everything that I say on this channel, guys, and all the stuff I know is pretty much I learned on TV, or the internet. Welcome to 2023, guys. Welcome to 2023. I would put it on the Genius wire right here, guys, but because these are hanging over the edge, I didn't feel like that was probably the right choice to make at this time. So let's look and see if we can see this solder run. Give it a little tap. Yeah. Good. So what we're going to do is we're going to trim these. And that little piece, I might use that somewhere else in there. But I got some smaller, skinnier pieces. Because if you guys recall from the Van Halen guitar, some of them are really skinny and some of them are a little bit thicker. So we started with the thicker ones and then we'll move to the skinny ones. But we're going to trim these off. And I think I might saw them off. Because I feel like if I trim them off with my shears, then I could warp. And this would make my life a little easier if I saw them off. I mean, it'll harder on the front end, easier on the back end. So sometimes we work like that. So I'm going to go ahead and saw these off and I'll be right back. All right, Vato Locos, we have right here, I put this one right here. I put this one perpendicular right there. And then I put this angle right there. So I think that's going to be cool. Give it some flux. As we know, there's solder already on the back of those. So what we're going to do is we're just going to heat this up again. We're going to just do this bits at a time, guys, I guess, you know. One more stage. Let's get it. Let's get it. Bringing everything up to heat, up to temperature. Come on, don't. Oh, that one's playing with me. Don't play with me, Smokey. It's like playing with my emotions. Juanitosville, we have this kind of set up. I have a lot of flux, and I don't want for the flux to bubble so violently that it throws my pieces. Got the flux to dry. Now we're going to crank up our heat a little bit. With our cool rotating table. How cool is this? This is nice because you can see where you could look where the solder, you could look at the edges, you know what I mean? You can move it. It's just a luxury, very much a luxury. I'm gonna take this guy off. I don't like your vibe, dude. I think, guys, I'm not sure. Man, it's just hard to tell. let's we'll let it cool off, and then we'll take a look and see what stuck and what didn't, and hopefully it all stuck. All right, guys, I'm gonna let you guys experience some of my pain and how hard this is. I almost have everything where I want it. These last 3 pieces, but see this little guy? I want for it to have a little space between that square one. Okay. That's where you want to be. See, I'm cool with that. So I have this guy right here that's kind of hanging off. Boom, boom, boom. We're gonna go with that, guys. I don't give a flux. We're going for it, friends. You'll notice that I don't have to have the heat so roaring whenever it's not when it's on the Genius wire, which is good because that means that, I mean, even whenever you have stuff kind of barely balanced on there, even the roar of the roar R-O-A-R of the flame has a potential to knock things around. So if I can get everything coming to temperature with like a medium low heat, flame like this, that's kind of ideal, you know. You see, solder's already running, dude. I don't even have to have it that. Let's move. Let's get, if we can get this to pull. Right there. There we go. I don't think so, guys. I'm getting it too hot. So we're just gonna go ahead and accept that. We have to sometimes accept what we cannot control. What are we? Perfectionists around here? We try to be good. I want to be good, and I want to be perfect, but sometimes you just have to accept what you got, friends. Boom. Let's quench and check it. Okay, I think this is our Van Halen. I might throw another couple more little tiny pieces on here, but we'll see. In the pickle, and we'll see what we're looking at, and if it looks like Van Halen, we're gonna go with it, and if it feels like it still needs a few more things, then we're gonna do that too. So we gotta be flexible, friends. Got to be flexible. All right, Juanitosville, we got about 3 more pieces that we're gonna put on this, and man, you guys have been enduring the pain with me so far. Might as well not end now. As we're getting close, we can see the silver begin to blacken. The flux is beginning to blacken. The silver is beginning to want to respond. This guy is on its edge. I wonder if it's because there's solder on the bottom. Come on, homie. Okay. This is good down here. Bam. Okay. We want it to be all one. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Blam, look at that red glow. I don't know. I always think that looks cool. That's what it's looking like, friends. Woo, we're getting close. Ooh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. All right, Juanitosville. We are here at this point, guys. 2-finger ring, shank, the top. So the way that I do this, and I haven't made one of these in a while, but the way that I do them is where they fit around the 2 fingers like that. And they have a little of a bend where the fingers have that bend in. So I did anneal this. So what we're going to do is we're just going to give it the old, we're going to give this the bend. I'm going to give this the bend. Give it the bend like it's going around a finger-ish. And then I give it a bend this way on the very, very smallest part. And then another bend around the finger-ish. So do you guys see that? Is that making sense? That's essentially it. See See, that's a little crooked. We're gonna make that straight, just like that. And that goes around the 2 fingers, except for not big old fat gorilla fingers like mine. I'll put the ring mandrel in there. So that's essentially how it's gonna look. And I'll put the ring mandrel in there so I know that we're working around a size 7, 8, 7, 9. Keep working, keep looking, keep working, keep assessing. And then once we get it where we want it, I'll bring you guys back and we'll get ready to throw some solder on this bad boy. And that is going to be a BA 2-finger ring for somebody with a small finger. I want to say a lady, possibly, but I'm sure there's some guys out there that would really like this. And if your finger's a size 7, this would be perfect for you. We're gonna go from there, and this is where we're at, guys. We're just gonna keep working, keep leaning toward moving forward. All right, guys, so once I get it about where I want it, then I'm just gonna rub it on my high dollar belt sander. Just very, very carefully. And the goal is, guys, is to create a flat bottom. I don't know if you guys can see a flat bottom there, so the solder really has some material to bond to. All right, Juanitosville, we're gonna do an experimental angle here. So I have my Genius wire right here. The orientation has been decided on my super duper awesome rotating block. We're gonna go with just a little bit of flux, which seems like a lot of bit, but we're gonna go with some solder. I'm gonna put a couple pieces. It's April here in Colorado, Western Colorado, guys, and I'm telling you, man, I'm ready for winter to be over. And I know I'll be complaining about how it's gonna be, how it's so hot, and I just, you know, us as human beings, we're never satisfied. We got some good heat, got some flux in there, got it nice and clean. Now I can pig solder this, or I could put the pallets real close in there. But I think I'm gonna pig solder these, guys. I'm gonna start with my right side, your left side. Once that solder turns black, we have that's a pretty good indication that we're at good heat. So we're gonna put the heat, we want the solder to follow the heat, so we're gonna start over here. That didn't go where I wanted it to go exactly, I mean a little bit. Okay, let's go ball here. Okay, a little lower heat. Really concentrating on the faceplate. It's the bigger mass of the two. And once I look at the metal and I see that it's starting to glow a little bit, I'm going to try to put the temperature over here so that the solder goes that direction. Come on, man. It did what I wanted to do, but not the way I wanted it to do. Look, kind of hillbilly style, but that's it, guys. That's a close look of a really crappy solder job. It soldered well, but the solder, ideally, the solder would go right along the line. And I didn't pull it off for you guys. I was hoping to show off a little bit, but didn't work out. Doesn't that look cool? Can you guys see that? That actually looks really cool. So I'm gonna play with it a little bit and then bring you guys back. Two-finger ring, guys. 3-finger rings, 4-finger rings. Bringing them back, baby. Bringing them back. Let's do it. All right, Juanitosville. So this is where we're at now, man. Look at that. Got a nice solder on both edges. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's a nice little meniscus. You can see that. It's not very focused, but got a nice solder edge there. Got a good solder edge here. It's not as pretty as that other one. Let's see. But it goes all the way across. The inside, you can see the inside right there. Come on, guys. I'm trying to focus for you guys. Inside. Inside. So it's pretty clean. It actually looks pretty clean. Cleaner than most of my solder jobs, but dang, kids, this is where we're at. This is the Eddie Van Halen 2-finger ring. Put the boom on that side like this, so whenever the rock star's on stage with the microphone in her hand, that's how it's supposed to sit. Oh, buddy. Filing, and it's feeling good. Feels strong. It's a little bit pliable in the middle there, so that to have that fit just the way that you want it. And you can wear it any way you want, guys. Ladies, whatever you feel comfortable with. It's your business. It's your life, not mine. I'm not here to tell you how to live your life. But that's it, guys. 2-finger ring. Kind of adjustable. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So thanks for watching. As always, subscribe if you like hanging out and exploring and going on jewelry adventures, because that's what I like to do. And we're going to keep doing them until I have nothing but nubs for fingers. So thanks, friends. See you guys in traffic. And I'm out. Peace.